cognizant that Filipinos right now, Korean hearts, we love anything Korean, food, content. And I think, speaking for Anima, we are grateful for this opportunity from A&E to be able to create a Filipino adaptation of this very popular variety show. In fact, one of the top rated variety shows in South Korea. But of course, with this opportunity that we're grateful for, it's an exciting challenge of being able to localize it for our Filipino audience. And of course, we will tweak it, and as you'll see in the episodes. I think the two most important things that we tweak, one would be the product offerings that we have for our audiences. We want to make sure that the products are those that are attuned to the Filipino taste.
Right.
I think in local terms, yung talagang matatakam, yung manunod ng NEGO King, and some mga offerings. And of course, we'll be egging on Sam, para please get us that discount. Okay, so that's the first thing, the offerings have been localized. And the second thing I think was important is, as Sam had mentioned, he does not know where our Anima production crew is actually going to drop him off. I think the important essence of that is the localization of our shoots, of our locations, to show that similar to the Korean program wherein you will get to see different walks of life in South Korea. This is exactly what you're going to see. Without spoiling anything, this is not just Metro Manila, but we've gone beyond Metro Manila. So you will see, different scales of Filipinos, students, working people, tambay, basically the audience that we want to capture. As you mentioned, Filipinos love Korean fare, also love discounts.
Right.
So that's how we married it locally.
Are you done filming the whole season or ongoing pa yan?
It is still ongoing. We'll be dropping, later we'll have an announcement of the drop of the episodes.
Okay.
So ongoing.
Right, exciting. I may be fast forward thinking, but I'd love to see the Korean host go with you.
Yan ang dream namin, no? Na magkaroon kami ng switch. Either a switch or kaming dalawa, let's say punta kaming Japan. Tandem.
Right.
Diba? But let's see, who knows?
Or bring him to the Samgyup restos here in Manila.
Exactly, kung pasado ba?
Oo, di ba?
Oo.
Is it, we're brainstorming. Rose Garcia, Rose has a question. Rose.
Hello, Ian. Good afternoon.
Hi, Rose.
Sam, when it was offered to you, what was your reaction? And do you think you're being, of course, quote and unquote, Mumbai, parang tailored fit talaga for the role? Was it one of the reasons?
Number one, first question, ma'am, thanks for your question. Number one, how did I feel when it was offered to me? Of course, I felt super excited, super honored, that Anima chose me. Of course, there was a short list of hosts that were being considered for this show. And when I got chosen, of course, I was very honored na ako yung napili to host this. Because of course, as MJ mentioned din kanina, it's not the easiest thing to talk to strangers, random people, lalapitan mo, yung iba ayaw kakausapin, pipilitin mo, hindi kausapin mo ako. Hindi kita sisingilin ng utang, kausapin mo ako. It's an honor to be hosting something like this. That I think why I was really honored because it was a challenge for me. It's something I've done game shows, I've done variety shows, I hosted, of course, from events to this to that, but I haven't hosted something like this. And that's where the challenge came, and that's when I said, this is going to be exciting because this is going to be another test to me being a host. Kung kaya ko bang gumawa ng something na ganito. Second question, does my being Mumbai have anything to do with it? Sa totoo lang, hindi ko rin alam.
Baka si Ardo makakasagot siya.
Regardless of either yes or no, I think it's more of really the ability to be able to communicate with the audience. Because I'm going to be talking to, as mentioned by from students to employees, even to the owners of these companies. So you have to be able to transition from talking to super Tagalog, super, diba? usapang kalye, mga nakatambay dyan, to talking to the owners of these companies. Diba? To come up with the best deals that everybody, all Filipinos, will be able to enjoy. So I think that's the goal, and that was the challenge, and check, it's a challenge accepted.
How challenged also that this showing that in South Korea? How challenged are you?
Definitely very challenged. I'm not gonna lie about that. No? If there's an adaptation of a show that is a super hit, I think in any country, especially now that alam natin, the K-pop culture or the Korean culture is so big here in the Philippines. I think challenge times 10. Kung sa challenge ang pag-uusapan, no, gaano ka intense yung challenge. I think it's challenge times 10 times 100. Just cause, if they can do it so well, dapat kaya rin natin. And not only that, I always believe in life, no, na it's not about being the best. It's about being better than the best. And that's what we have to all strive for, diba? Every day.
Ikaw na, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Since we're on that topic of the show being a hit in Korea, Shogi, I want to ask you something. Can we have a microphone for Shogi, please? Thank you. Why do you think it was such a hit in Korea? What was the secret formula? What was the winning formula?
Right, thank you, and thank you for all your comments. I think it goes back to some of the points that we've already touched upon, and one of the most important points is when we made the first season of this, which is 2020, at the height of the pandemic.
That's right.
People are at home, there is great uncertainty. You don't know if you're going to keep your job, you don't know if you know when I'm going to come out of this. And so when our team was ideating, the first thing they said was, what if we made a show which provided a small dose of happiness, and that small dose of happiness comes in two forms. You make the person laugh, and it's a real dose of happiness because here's a deal that you can't resist, right? And so that's how we started out. And I do want to acknowledge in season 1 that we started off with the right host, because he was really relatable, right? And he really brought the show alive, because all shows sound great on paper, but this is a show where it's the host who's doing the negotiating, the polling, all of that stuff, and has to keep that connection and make it fun and make it fresh.
Right.
Secondly, I think is, and you will see these in the episodes, is audiences are very quick to know when they're being sold something and when something is authentic, especially in digital.
Right.
And the fact that the show is so authentic, that the negotiation is authentic, that the host doesn't know where the brand is, they latched on to the authenticity of it.
Right.
So we gave audiences something during the pandemic, a moment to laugh, a great deal, there was authenticity. And it always happens because some brands are brave enough to take the first step to partner with us. Right? It's not a proven concept, and therefore I really want to also thank the partner brands who came along with us for the first season, because it's so important that they take that step with us.
We're not revealing yet the brands, right? We're not revealing the brands. Okay.
No, we're not.
We can't. Kailangan panoorin.
Oo nga. Kailangan natin panoorin na, kailan ba ito the-drop? Mamaya i-announce natin. Kailan ang pilot episode ito. Next, sino gusto magtanong? Anybody?
Hello, I'm first Bernardo. Hi. Out of all the Korean and international shows, why did you choose NEGO King to have a Philippine version?
Okay. Sorry.
Microphone, please.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't get your name. You are?
Naz.
Naz. Okay, not the Naz Stadium. Local Naz Stadium. All right. Okay. Let me summarize the question. Of like all the offerings probably that we were looking at, why is NEGO King a good fit for what we bring to the audience? Something like that? Tama ba? Naz? Okay. So what we like about NEGO King is how it fits overall with our, not just our anima brand, but our Chroma Entertainment brand. Now, Chroma Entertainment has a handful of brands and businesses under it. But what Chroma Entertainment stands for is it's a tra-digital entertainment company. So what do we mean by tra-digital? So it's a portmanteau of traditional and digital. this show encapsulates both perfectly. It's traditional and it's a traditional unscripted show. You know, there's that element of surprise. It is a reality show. But how do we do it digital? Not just through it being a web show which we publish on YouTube, but there's going to be that interaction between the audience, eventually, indirectly, with the show and with our brand sponsors. So that fits perfectly in what we encapsulate. And I think, just to harp on what Shawty mentioned earlier, I think it's very important that we're bringing not just humor and entertainment for our audience, but also that spicy element of, hey, they get something else. There's that interaction, there's that digital, I would say, there's that digital form of the entertaining in that way. And lastly, I think why it fits perfectly also in Chroma is, even though we're adapting it from Korea, one of our tenets in Chroma is we want to elevate and promote Filipino talent globally. So this is an inverse way of doing it and working with, again, a global entertainment powerhouse like A&E, and to be able to produce the show showing that, hey, our Filipino talent, our host, and our production from Animas able to come up with global content.
All right.
I hope that answered your question.
Did that answer your question? Okay.
Thank you.
I'm curious though. Okay, so ang trabaho mo, Sam, listen to the man on the street, what their sentiments are on a particular product or brand. Then you bring those sentiments to the CEO or the owner of the company or the brand. How do you make sure that, because you're not sure with what's the demeanor or the temperament of the CEO, if he or she is open to listening to what you're bringing on the table. Paano mo pinaprepare yung sarili mo for that? Because that's reality.
That's reality, and sometimes, and I have to be very honest with this, no, magugulat kayo when you see the episodes, no, reality hurts. Sometimes I have to tell the CEO, sir, sorry, but nobody even knows your product.
No way!
I have said that to a CEO.
No way!
That, I'm sorry, but
Hindi nila alam ang
I just talked to 20 people, and out of 20 people, only one person is aware of your brand. Nobody even knows about your brand.
Oh my God.
And I have to have the balls to tell that to a CEO. May kapal ng mukha dapat para masabi ko yun. Kasi yun yung katotohanan eh. Yun yung nag-gather ko information eh. I talk to people, walang may alam. Diba? Kung walang may alam ng
Area yan sa isa sa mga episodes.
yan.
No way.
So, for me, challenging because of course,
how do you bring that news? The bad
exactly.
news,
Oh,
diba?
the bad news without offending him because of course, Nego King, we still have to go up with the negotiation. I can't just go into your office and say, sorry sir, yung product mo, nobody knows about it, walang bibili niyan. I'll walk out.
Magsara ka na.
Magsara ka na. Exactly. I can't do that, diba? So there's an element of challenge there.
Right.
I have to listen to the people. Ano ba talaga tingin nyo sa, let's say, sa upuan na to, itong brand ng upuan na to, itong, Eurotex na pilo, ano ba talaga tingin nyo? Malambot ba talaga yan? Nasubukan nyo na ba? Nakahiga na ba kayo sa isang Eurotex na pilo? Sumarap pa talaga tulog nyo? Diba? So, I have to go now to the owner and say, sir, well, some people know about the brand, but either they can't afford it or sa tingin nila matigas unan mo.
Right.
Diba? So, ano gagawin natin?
I was about to ask you that. Ano yung usual concern ng man on the street? Is it price, quality, or what?
I can't answer all of those because you have to watch the episodes.
Okay.
But one thing that I can tell you, no, is that as Pinoys, lahat tayo, we want the best value for our money.
Tama.
Kung 100 pesos man yan, gusto natin sulit yung 100 pesos. Yung binabayaran mo, masaya ka and you get the best deal out of your 100 pesos.